today we're going to introduce what we call a variable. A variable is something that changes, and the variable usually it is taken in the form of a letter or some kind of a name that we can decide. For example, let's say I want to assign the value of x to be 100 and the value of y to be 50, let's say. Now I could print, I don't have to print 100 anymore, I can print x, which is the value 100. I could also print y, which is the value, which value is 50. So if I run, it's going to print the value of x and the value of y. Now the nice thing about x and y here is I can do something very nice here. I can say print x plus y, and I can run. So it's going to display each number individually, or each variable, or the value of each variable individually, and then it's going to add them up. I could also do x minus y, x times y, x divided by y, and all of these, which we have looked at before, but now I'm talking about a variable, not an actual constant. So x divided by y. I could also do x times y. Okay. I could do print x minus y. So all of these could be applied to this, and let's just double check. This is going to be 100 when it runs. Stuck. No, it's fine. It just took some time to finish it off. Okay, so it gave me 150, 150 minus 50, 2.0 and 5,000. So 100 times 50 is 5,000. Okay, I'm hoping this makes sense. We've been through this before. We just want to look at more variables or more functionalities with variables. And this is if I am assigning the variable. The variable could be my name, like I said before. It could be name equal, okay, and I could print that name like that. Okay, so that will be, that variable does not have to be numbers. It could be text or string, like you just saw. I could also split this up by saying first name equal that, okay, and then last name equal that, okay, and then I could say print first name. Watch now, I need a space in between them, so I will put the plus, and then I could say last name. You notice it recommends to me the variable that I intend, and as you notice I made a spelling mistake there, so I'm going to correct that. I meant to type last name, N-A-M-E, and that's the way I want it to be. So let's see now what happens when I print. It's going to print the first name, put the space that I requested, put the last name. So I put this with a plus, it concatenates it. It adds whatever, or it prints next to each other, whatever the first name is, okay, put in the middle after the space, then put the last name. So this is basically how variables could be used at numbers or at or with text or string. Now the next item that I'm going to talk about besides variable is what happens if I want the user to tell me his name or her name. Okay, so I would say my name, let's say, or name, let's keep at that. I'm going to say input. This is interesting because now we're interacting with the user. Enter your name, please. And you notice I'm always nice to the computer by saying please. Alright, so now what's going to happen? The user is going to be prompted with this prompt. This prompt will be printed down here. And Python will wait until the user types the name and hits the enter key. When this happens, the value of name will become whatever has been entered on the screen. Now I'm going to then print, for example, hello, okay, whatever his name is. I will put a space there. Let's say comma, and then I will add the name. Okay, so the user is going to provide me with the name. It's going to be stored in this variable called name. Then I'm going to display the message hello comma and put that whatever the name is. Okay, so let's run and see what happens. So if I click run, I'm going to put my name again. If I hit the enter key, it's going to say hello, comma, space, Abdul Latif, which is the name I entered. So this is how I take input from the user. This input command, and we have discussed this before, allows me to interact with the user by taking some information from him or her. Now this is a text input. That means I'm not going to manipulate it in any shape, way, or form, or usually I don't manipulate it. Maybe I want somebody's age, I want somebody's name, or I want, let's say, what nationality he is, or what gender he is. This is a fixed string data that will be inputted. I will not be able to calculate anything on this with mathematical calculations. Okay, so let me look at something else now. Let's say I want to input the age. Say age equal input, enter your age please. Okay, so now I'm going to get an age, and I'm going to say print age. So the user supposedly could give me the number 13, okay, 13 or 14 or whatever value they want, not 131 for sure, and then the age is going to be 13. But then let's try something here. Since we are getting a number, can I do this print, okay, age plus 5? Let's click run and see what happens. So if I enter the age 15, oh, you will notice a problem, and this is where Python kind of fixes errors that might arise. And this is when when I'm trying to add something to a string, even though I enter the number here in this situation, I gave the computer the number 15. It cannot compute it. It cannot perform a calculation on it. Even though I see 15, but the computer sees a string, and a string is a stream of letters that we cannot perform any calculations on it. In order for us to fix this, I have to put this around it. I think almost everybody have seen this in class. If you haven't, well, you're going to see it now. This is the original command, input enter your age please. But now I'm putting another command on top of it, which is int, which means I'm instructing Python to only accept integers. So if I give it the number 15, it will treat it as a number, then I can perform calculations on it. So let's try this now. So if I do this, the same thing is going to happen. I'm going to enter 15, but now it's going to print age, which is 15, the original one, and then age plus 5, which is 20. That int for inputting data is super important. When you are getting data from the user, you need to worry about the data type. In this case, I am forcing the type of data for age to be an integer, and an integer is a whole number, like 5, 6, 7, 155. There's no decimal point in there. I'm hoping that idea is clear. Now, the next item on the list is, after we're done with this, so I can repeat this, I can take as many numbers, and like we've said before, I can take two numbers, add them, display the result on the screen, their difference, if a number is smaller or larger or what have you. All of this is done, and there will be more activities coming up your way. So now, the other idea is, I'm gonna keep going with the same. Let's say we want to write a little program that does the following. By the way, there's something important in Python that I probably didn't mention before, and this is the hashtag. If I put a hashtag at the first line, that means this whole line will be ignored by Python. It's like it doesn't exist. It's for me. Okay, so I'm gonna write here, I'm going to type the question that I'm going to try to solve. Write a program that displays the age of the user based on the following table, or based on the following. Okay, again, everything that has the hashtag in front of it that means the computer will ignore it. It's like it doesn't exist. This is information to the reader or to the programmer who's actually looking at the code. So I'm going to say if age is less than 10, what does that mean? I'm going to print too young. Okay, if the age is greater than or equal 10 and less than 25, we're gonna say just right. And the last one, we're going to say if the age is greater than or equal 25. Actually, I'm going to make this less than or equal 25, and that one is greater than 25. I'm going to print maybe mature. Is that okay? The words that you can use here, could be, I could say here adult, I could say here child, maybe. I could say here, I keep that as chair, and here maybe mature or maybe old or something. Is that okay? So that whatever you're printing here is not important because you can change it. So now I'm going to introduce the if statement. This is my punchline. The if statement is, instead of printing age, I'm going to check where age is based on these. I'm going to use the if statement, and the if statement works like this. Say if age is less than 10. The if statement works like this. I put a condition, age less than 10. Age is this variable that was inputted, and I need to put a colon there. Watch what happens when I do colon. There is an indentation, so some space is left out in this area. What this is telling Python, whatever is written at this space, further in, indented, will only be executed if the age is 10. So I'm going to say print, what did we say? Child. Okay, now I go back there, and I could say, and here's the other side of if. Else if age, and I have two conditions here, is greater than or equal 10 and age is less than or equal to 25, and again I need to put back this column. So now I have two conditions. If age is less than 10, this is going to be printed. If age is greater than or equal 10, or if age is between 10 and 25, I'm going to print just right, like we agreed. Okay, now I have last but not least, which is the else. That means if the value is anything other than this, okay, then it's going to print old, like we said. Print old or mature or any other message you would like. So this is how the if works. Now I'm gonna delete this print age because I don't need it. I'm just printing these three messages. Let's run it. First time through, if I put 5, what do you think it's going to print? It's going to print child, of course, because 5 falls into this category. If I run it again, and I do 10, what is 10 going to do? Greater than or equal 10, so 10 falls here. It's going to be just right. Okay, run again. If I do 25, what is it going to be? It's going to be just right again, because that's less than or equal 25. If I do anything above that, like let's say 59, for example, okay, that's going to be old. Now there is a little something here that is funny. What happens if I say -5? I said this before. Computers are dumb. They don't know what they're doing. It's just what we programmed them to do. Where does this fall? -5 is less than 10, even though we don't have somebody of that age. But the computer thinks, well, -5 is less than 10, so I'm just going to print that. So there should be some kind of another mechanism that will not allow the user to enter a variable, to enter a value which is less than or out of bounds. Because I can't have somebody who's -5. -5 is not born yet. I will leave that with you for now, and that will be, we will go over it and see how we can solve it in the next training video, which